Good morning to all of you. Myself, Professor N.V. Adpe from SNT College of Engineering and Research Center, Yoga. Now, in previous video, uh, we are discussing the two topics. We already discussed the two topics, that is electronic energy meter and calibration of energy meter. This is a topic of the course, that is electrical measurement and instrumentation. Now, in today's lecture, we are discussing the topic, that is TOD meter. TOD meter means time of day meter. Time of day metering. In that, we we are measure the power, measure the energy in some period of time, some specific period of time. Now, nowadays, power cuts are happening in the peak usage timing, such as from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. This is your peak period time in India, that is 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. This this is this will happening because the power requirement in this time, it is very high as compared to off-peak time. Means off-peak period, the power requirement is less as compared to the peak load time. Unnecessary uses must be avoided to eliminate this problem. In many countries, that is electricity providers have implemented TOD based energy meter to reduce the usage of electricity by increasing rates in peak hours and reducing rates in off-peak hours. In some countries, suppose in European countries or in other countries, the TOD meter is used. This will be how to use this metering. The this will monitor the energy consumption in off-peak load and peak load period, off-peak period and peak load period. The the unit rate of the energy is different in both the cases. The unit rate in peak load period, it is higher, and the unit rate in an off-peak period, it is less. The time of day metering, time of day metering, also known as time of uses or sessional time of day metering, involves dividing the day, month, and year into tariff slots, and with higher rates at peak load periods and low tariff rates at off-peak load periods. Means the one day, in a one day, there are 24 hours. This will be divided into some parts, and this will divided into off-peak load and off-peak period and uh, peak period. Also, the number of months in a year, that is 12 months, they will be divided into sections, number of sections, and this will divided into two parts, that is of peak load period and peak load period. While this can be used to automatically control usage on the parts of the consumer, resulting in automatic load control, it is often simply the consumer's responsibility to control his own usage or pay accordingly. Means suppose the energy rate changes in a of peak load and peak load period, then the customer, that is end user solely responsible for their for their uh, bill, unit bill, or the energy bill. They will be pay accordingly. That's due to that the consumer change or shift their load into off-peak period. Into off-peak period. This also allows the utilities to plan their transmission infrastructure appropriately. TOD meter is used. TOD meter is used. Next, the meter has a suitable test output device for testing meter, for testing the meter. Preferably, the blinking LED or other similar devices like blinking LCD is provided for the test. The test output device has constant pulse rate, that is pulse per kilowatt hour, and pulse per kVAr hour, and its value meter constant is printed on the nameplate. In that meter, that is TOD meter, the LCD or the LED which is used for the blinking, this will measure the energy consumption according to the pulse per kilowatt hour. This is your meter constant. Or kVRH means if the reactive power is present, then the unit rate should be also different. According to that, the energy bill will be generated. The meter has a facility to read the default parameters during power supply failure. An internal maintenance free battery, that is lithium ion or nitrogen chlorophyte of long life of 15 years is provided for the same. A suitable push button arrangement for activation of battery is provided. It also have a battery which is for the maintenance purpose. TOD timing, mean time of day, meter timing. Generally, there is a provision for many TOD time zones for energy and demand. The number of timings of the TOD time zones are programmable. This will be the program which will be already fit in the meter. First, time zone A is 0 to 6 hours at 22 to 24 hours. Time zone B 6 to 9 hours and 12 to 18 hours. Time zone 3 C 9 to 12 and time zone D is 18 to 22. 18 to 22. The typical arrangement of different blocks in a TOD meter is shown in figure. The voltage, current and phase angle for the AC system is obtained by using CT and PT. With proper ratio selection. The digital central digital processing unit, all the microcontroller unit accept the information coming from the current, voltage, phase angle and measurement block, and the keyboard which is used for inputting the various parameter settings, that is selection as well as zone input and cost per unit input information. Generally, this information is stored in the internal memory of the digital signal processing unit. Then the digital signal processing unit calculates the required parameter value and displays it as per demand activated from the keyboard, either singly or in sequence. A tamper-proof seal is provided so as to disallow any change of setting or tariff rate information by unauthorized person. And additional security also is present by making use of the password. Means this is the TOD block diagram of TOD meter. The AC supply is given to the load through current through CT and PT. The CT and PT measures the voltage, current, and phase angle. This will be given to the this signal will be given to the digital signal processor or microcontroller. They have also connected the parameters keyboard for the parameter selection, that is zone input and cost per unit, and this also stored. Suppose we suppose every time we don't write the uh, parameters, select zone and cost per unit uh, after uh, after one zone completion, then they will be stored in a microcontroller. They will be stored in the microcontroller directly, and this will be the process will be taken in that microcontroller block, and the energy and cost per unit is also display. It will be display on the display. This is your TOD meter. Okay, so thank you.